Hi everyone, welcome back to Baka Bitches. We are two 30-something-year-olds who love to drink and talk about anime. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Hannah to quickly go through our anime disclaimers.
Yes, because you'll need them just in case you don't want sensitive ears listening. But yeah, this is fair warning, a podcast that we're going to be talking about there's going to be language, there's going to be cursing because we're drinking, there's going to be drinks. So
What the fuck are you talking about?
I know.
What kind of fucking language is
rude.
happening in
this
here?
This is bullshit.
It's a family show.
So sorry.
Please don't watch this with your family.
Yeah, don't do it.
Watch it in private.
With the door closed and locked. But yeah, so there's going to be language. There's probably going to be some sexy talk in here.
Some adult themes.
Definitely a lot of adult themes. And that ranges
references
from,
to sexuality.
Yes, sexy sex time and daddies. Lots of daddies.
So many daddies. All the daddies with an I-E-S. Daddies.
Daddies.
Probably some dark elements, some things that might be uncomfortable, death,
sex, violence, drug use,
heavy themes.
We're gonna talk about it all. So if you're a little sensitive about those subjects, please just be aware that it's to your discretion, and don't come at us for watching in dub. Okay?
Mostly don't come at us for that because we are Baka Bitches and we are not reading subtitles.
We are not. Maybe on our own time, but this is podcast time and we gotta go with the English. We gotta go with the English so we absorb it all.
Enjoy, guys.
Enjoy. Hello everyone, and welcome to Baka Bitches. We are two 30-something-year-olds who love to drink and talk about anime. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Stephanie. Since we're using this nice voice.
We are using
I'm going to put on my
voice.
Nicest voice possible.
Absolutely. I'm
compared to the past
nice.
conversation we've just been having, but it's okay, guys. This is our recording voice.
It is. We're professional podcasters now.
Professional.
We've got the hang of everything.
Yeah, that's probably why we're celebrating with these drinks.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
Our drink of tonight is the finest bubbly.
Very fine.
Champagne.
Yes.
AKA champagne.
Yeah.
Prickly pear, green apple undertones.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
It's refreshing. It's not as dry as a champagne can be.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth overall.
It's pretty good. It doesn't need any doctoring. We're just drinking it as is. And that seldom happens with us, where we just
drink
exist with something that is as it is.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's pretty good. Our drink is as is. Our anime for tonight is as is. We don't really need to doctor this episode up.
It was a time.
This episode had enough.
It did.
I'm looking forward to getting into it.
Whew, yeah, so let's do that. Let's not make you wait any longer.
Yeah. Not me. I'm impatient AF. Despite how smooth and buttery my voice sounds.
Yeah, same. I don't think that made it good. Sorry, I apologize.
Okay, tonight's episode.
Yes.
Episode 8.
Episode 8. We are so close to finishing, in a way.
2/3 of the way done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's only 12 episodes, something like that. We're already so close. I can't believe it.
I don't want it to end.
I know, but it will.
So episode 8.
So episode 8, which is titled Goosebumps.
Exclamation point.
I am Goose now.
No exclamation point.
I don't know what that means. Anyways, our synopsis from the good old wiki is: by chance, Anzu encounters Arisa, who turns out to be Tsukasa's older sister. Worried about Tsukasa's living arrangements, which she feels guilty over due to his problems being caused by RiRi. Arisa explains Tsukasa lives alone because of their father, but she is happy Anzu is making Tsukasa more like his old self. Arisa successfully convinces Tsukasa to continue living with Anzu indefinitely. RiRi is disappointed Anzu still has no boyfriend, so deciding she needs more research into romance, RiRi bribes Anzu to take her on a mock date and transforms into a boy named Riho.
Tell me more.
Tell me more, tell me more.
Also that.
No.
I just want to see how good our mics are.
They're so good.
So good.
So good. During their date at the movies, Tsukasa sees them holding hands, but Riho simply claims he is Anzu's other cousin, human RiRi's twin brother. Riho selects a romantic movie, but realizes it doesn't actually inspire romance. It just makes girls cry and boys bored.
Oh.
I mean, okay. While sharing milkshakes, they encounter Hijiri.
Milkshakes. It really says that?
Yeah,
It
sharing
says
milkshakes.
that in there, huh?
Yeah, which is kind
Lovely
of like
milkshakes. Okay.
yeah, which kind
No,
of
it's fine. Finish.
Okay,
We're gonna
yeah.
give our version.
Yeah.
I'm just clarifying that it really said that.
yeah, it really did say that. It's the wiki for you, ignorant people. Kind of like in Pokemon, where onigiri was donuts. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So, while sharing milkshakes, they encounter Hijiri, whom Riho tries to antagonize by pretending to be a rival for Anzu's attention. Anzu angrily drags Riho away to continue the typical date activities. Eventually, Riho decides he has enough research for another scenario, and Anzu swears to defeat it. Riho suddenly kisses Anzu on the cheek, flustering her until she realizes Riho only did it to traumatize Junta, who was right behind them. And that is literally the synopsis. There's not much to go on, but a lot happens in this episode.
I do feel like this was kind of misleading in a Napoleon Dynamite way, where it sounds
so
like it's just
much.
a lot of nothing, but then you still watch it, and then at the end you're like, wow.
Well, what happened?
And also, that was a full hour and a half for Napoleon Dynamite, and where did that time even go, and what is my life? I feel like that's kind of an episode of this, where we watched it, and I didn't even think that the episode should be ending.
Yeah, there should be more to it.
Because there should have been more to it, not that I wasn't enjoying it. It was just
And that's it?
What else is going to happen?
Because originally, in the beginning of this episode, because of how it starts playing out the first 5-10 minutes of it, I did not expect it to go where it went by the end of this. Because, we pick up, once again, where we left off the last episode. Where
I do love that.
Anzu is like, oh, a girl straight up texting Tsukasa, what up? But we find out that the girl that was texting Tsukasa is his older sister. And
of course it was going to be some shit like that.
Some sort of shit. But the way that they meet is Anzu is basically walking home from the bookstore because she's like, oh, this book, I want this book. It's going to help me heal. And it's literally just a book about cat pictures.
Yes.
And, okay,
get
girl,
it, slay
okay.
queen.
Do what you must. And she's so excited because she's like, Mom sends me pictures of Momohiki throughout the day, which is nice.
Doesn't scratch the itch.
But I need more cat in my life. So she buys this
book. Girl, heard.
And she's walking home, obeying the sidewalk laws and all of that.
Being a good pedestrian.
Absolutely. And she's just waiting at the crosswalk, which is no walkie time. And and she's just holding her book, just standing there minding her own business. And all of a sudden, someone bumps into her, and their coffee just spills. Her book drops into the coffee, and she's like, "Oh shit, my book."
My cat.
Which fair?
My kitties.
Which fair? I'd be pretty worried too about this new book that I just bought, and all of a sudden it's like, could be coffee
it's just
stained.
ruined.
So she's like looking at her book. She's like, "Oh, good, it's safe." And then like this big, bulky guy is like, "Oh, my coffee! You made me spill it. How dare you watch where you're going?" Like typical like man blaming other innocent
gross
person
alpha male personality.
Very gross. Hate it so much.
We don't like any of that personality.
No,
type
not here for it.
We're here for a lot of male personality types. This is not one of them.
This is not it. This is toxic masculinity.
Oh my gosh, such a good word. It is toxic.
So toxic.
So, but he goes on with that because clearly it's maybe not okay, but more prevalent in Japan.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. And
so he thinks he can get away with it. His friends are egging him on.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, they're just in the background, like, being a bunch of pussies. Like, not even saying, like, dude, that's a little harsh. Like, literally, you might have spent, like, $3 on your coffee. Like, okay, get over it.
Okay, but by being bystanders...
They're not doing anything.
Yes.
They're, like, they're
as good as allowing it to happen.
Yeah.
They're equally as shitty.
Yeah, so, like, maybe don't do that. People.
Yeah, so then out of nowhere, some crazy hot chick.
Crazy hot.
Just intercepts the incident between Anzu and
this
ugly gorilla dude.
Yeah.
Which is what he shall be named as now.
Ugly gorilla dude.
She comes in, amazing beauty, silver fox woman.
Sleek hair, just
she's
shining in the light.
She got everything. She got the
She's
charisma.
what I want to grow up to be, truly.
Yes. She got the confidence. She got the looks. She got everything. She steps in and she's like, "You may not treat this girl this way."
Hell yeah.
How fucking dare you? Who do you think you is?
You are nothing, you piece of scum.
And then
she didn't say that,
everybody
yeah.
like,
like,
Shock Pikachu! Okay, I guess I'll forgive your friend if you agree to go on a date with me. And she's like, ew.
Ew, hell no.
You gross asshat. Nobody wants your monkey fucking brained nasty piece of shit asshole
you
to go on a
smell
date
like
with.
Dookie. Like, yeah, and this guy's very handsy. Like, first of all, like, before she interrupts, like, this guy is grabbing Anzu by the wrist, like, being hella aggressive. And that's when she steps in and she's like, no, this is not happening. First of all, I saw everything. You're wrong. She was just minding her business. You're the one that was being an oaf and not watching, like, stop being aggressive. And then he's like, oh, but you're cute. You can make up for it. Like, totally ignoring, like, anything she's saying. And
no, we don't pick up on verbal social cues because we don't have words. We're just stupid, pea-brained, only thinking one thing men in this scenario.
We're just ooga booga.
I can't with that.
Hit woman over head, bring her to cave.
Yeah. I refuse to believe that actual men are like this in real life that would just not pick up on verbal things.
No. Real men do not act like that.
Right.
At least in my opinion of what a real man is.
Yet alone when a third party steps in to be like, reality.
Yeah, you're wrong. You need to stop.
That then you would just dig in even more.
And he does. This
yeah.
Oof.
So in our anime, he do that more.
And he needs to stop doing. But he's like, oh, you're pretty. How about you make up for spilt coffee by going on date with me? And she's like, not in your life. And she puts that man, like, with his arm behind his back and is, like, subduing him. And she's like, no. You're doing more wrong. It's not happening. You need to go on your way. We're done here. And, like, he, typical Ooga Booga man, still kind of like puts up a front. That's where Anzu gets pissed and starts like digging one of the corners of her book into the top of his head, starts like aggressively rubbing it into his head, and then cursing him with the hopes that his mattress smells like cat pee, which, like, that is a pretty bad curse. I would not be happy if I was cursed with that.
He did deserve it.
He did.
Anzu had a lot of scary faces this episode. She did.
There was a lot.
Like, there was a plethora of Anzu's displeasure.
Yeah. Going on
physically displayed.
I mean, to be fair,
on her facial region.
Same.
Yes.
Same. So, anyways, they...
ugly gorilla guy and
leave.
his posse yeet themselves out of there.
Yeah, they're done. They're like, oh, that was actually pretty bad at the end there.
I can't believe a hot chick ddidn't want to blow me. That's cray.
That's so cray. I'm big alpha male.
Stupid bitches. You can't with them bitches. And they just like run off with like dogs between their tails.
Absolutely.
So, and crazy hot girl.
Yeah, crazy hot girl.
She goes home with Anzu.
Well,
after realizing when Tsukasa walks up, Tsukasa just is like, hey, what up?
What up?
Hey, why are you with Anzu?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is this Anzu? Is this
the Anzu?
The Anzu? Like,
and Anzu's like, hey, yeah? Me?
How many Anzu you know, ho?
Like, truly.
Yeah.
Truly, girl.
So then it comes out, oh, I'm Tsukasa's older sister. Tee-hee. Okay, scene cut. Let's go back to Anzu's home where we are now all getting more intimate with each other. Love it.
Private location. Just the three of them.
So Tsukasa's sister be like, oh my god, it is so nice that Tsukasa can be here with such a nice girl, despite all the setbacks that he's seen, such as a pipe bursting and getting a new phone. And it's been like a month.
What a debacle.
It's been a hard life.
A crazy month.
What is really funny is, like, it was literally those two things. And she put it on like it was like...
everything is on fire.
Like, his whole world had flooded. It was just like a tsunami in all of Japan. And he couldn't person.
No, he could not.
And she's just like, this is such a chore. You took him in for like 1 month. I can't even believe that.
You poor thing.
You've been suffering, honey. You've been suffering.
Like,
and she's like,
you saint, you absolute saint for dealing
like,
with Tsukasa.
It's not that bad. Like, it's in retrospect, it's been pretty fun.
It's been nice. It's been very nice.
He's been good company because my parents be gone. They up and left me like Orphan
cook,
Annie.
Like...
yeah, he know how to fry some shit. He make my lunch. He cook and clean. He do all my goddamn dishes and the laundry.
He gets rid of the buggy boys.
He gets rid of the cheesecake off the floor and the crepes off my head.
Yeah, I mean...
he does so many things.
It's been real hard for her.
It's been amazing. Yeah. And then Tsukasa like, why don't we go get some tea from the kitchen,
get some
where we keep the tea in the kitchen.
The kitchen. Anzu, the kitchen.
Which is like, the kitchen is like conjoined with the living room. It's like,
it's just like 3 feet
like
away.
It's separated by like a half pony wall.
It's not much, fam. It's not much at all.
Like, there's no privacy there compared to where they were. But that's fine.
It's cool. Just a stone throws away. It's fine.
So what are they in the kitchen? So they're getting the tea, but then
they're talking.
Anzu's talking about something, and like Tsukasa starts giggling like a little schoolgirl.
Oh yeah, because she's relaying all that happened with the guy at the intersection.
Oh yeah,
and
but she's doing it very extra.
And she was so mad that she
about
cursed
the cat
this
shit.
guy.
It was mostly the cat shit.
Yeah, and she cursed this guy, saying, "I hope his mattress, like, I hope your mattress smells like cat pee, you know, and he just starts laughing.
But
like,
not
genuinely.
like a gentlemanly chuckle.
No,
like
it
he
is-
starts doing the childhood schoolgirl giggle, which we're here for. Like,
Oh, yeah, I
giggle
love
your
this.
heart out.
Do it.
Do it.
Love it.
It's so sweet.
It is this little orange-headed boy.
Yes. And then that's when sister is like, her little tingly bits are tingling. She
Yeah.
like, hey, something be happening
This
here.
is different. This is different. This is different.
This is love. Literally.
Yeah, truly.
I
was
saw it
that.
in her eyes.
Yeah, and older sister is just here for it. She's like, yes, I need more of this for my little bro. And I love me a supportive older sibling.
Yes.
And,
Especially
like-
one who's a fucking boss like
Yes.
she is. She's a boss with a
Truly.
B-A-U-S.
Why-
Boss.
Why could she not be my older sister? I would love
Why could she not be my everything? She's amazing. I feel like she
She
would take
is.
charge of so many things.
Yeah, like,
You wouldn't have to worry about
Truly.
jack shit. She's going to take care of
Absolutely
you. She's a
not.
provider. She's a protector.
she does everything.
She hot as fuck. She's going to do all the
She's
things.
she's hitting all the marks.
She
all the
definitely
marks.
waifu material.
She is. Wife
You
her
wife
up, baby.
her up. Yes.
That happened in
Anyways.
real time?
Anyways. Okay. And so they come back with the iced tea, and Anzu awkwardly decides to throw it into the universe.
She
So
did.
why did Tsukasa go to a different school? Like, why is he just like going to
Yeah.
school all alone and like just living all alone? Going
like,
to this
what is
like
that?
new school all alone.
What's up with that? What's up with that?
I'm sorry if that's too much to ask, but also like,
Mm-hmm.
but why?
Yeah, like, might be a TMI, but like, it's, please answer.
But like, bitch, gotta know.
Same. I get it, girl.
So after like a hot minute, like a nice awkward pause,
Yeah.
Tsukasa's sister, she has a name. What's her name?
She does. What is her name?
I'm
I
asking
forgot.
you because I assumed you knew.
Arisa. Arisa.
I did not even write it down. Okay.
It's fine.
So, Arisa
Yeah.
is like, oh, ha ha, ha 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 ha. Actually, it's just because our father is garbage.
Yeah.
And, like, this is not expanded upon.
No, and I want to know.
We don't get more details of what this means. Like, has he been embezzling hella money?
Right.
Is he a cheating scumbag on their mom?
Is he just like the biggest douchebag that has douchebagged in all of history?
But, like, I want to know what is the douchebaggery.
Yeah.
Like,
if he's just like a jerk
Is he
to be a
part-
jerk, then it's like, okay, yeah, it's still garbage for sure. But like,
I want deets.
yeah, I need more meat to these potatoes.
Yeah, so we don't got meat, but we do got some potatoes, so.
Yeah, we got some.
It's ha 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 ha, because our father is a piece of garbage. And then that's it. Then we move on.
And it's like, okay. I mean, I guess like if I were in that situation, I'd be like, do I want to know what she means by that, but like I also don't want to press it.
It is kind of early, 1 month in.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe by about the year mark is when you kind of really got to know.
Yeah, that's when you can maybe revisit.
So, yeah,
the
no,
topic.
we're letting it slide for now, but like our interest is piqued. We want to know.
I absolutely need to know.
We want to know what's happening more, but so we move on. So that's when Tsukasa's sister, whatever the fuck her name is.
Arisa. Got it now.
Aritzia, like that one brand.
No, not like that. That's too many.
She
syllables.
just like
It's fine.
flips everything around. She's like, so what is Tsukasa like at school? Let's talk more. Let's
Well, he's
girl talk
gone.
it.
Yeah.
Let's hang out. Tell us
Yeah.
about Tsukasa at school.
what's the
I'm
hot
so
goss?
interested. I don't know what sister is this interested in their little bro, but here we are. Maybe ones that don't live together.
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, I'd be like, you know what? I love my bro. I need to know how he's doing. from someone else, because I'm not even sure, like, my sibling wants to give me,
I don't
like,
have
the real
siblings
answer.
or even any cousins who are close enough to
Fair.
feel this way towards. So I
Fair.
have zero concept
Yeah.
of what it's like to think of anyone aside from myself.
That's fair.
Does it show you guys? Don't answer that.
Don't do it. But also, like, send us emails. Okay, bye. Yeah, I think I would be that way if I was the older sibling too. Be like, I want to know how my younger sibling is doing, especially with the fact that we did have to leave him on his own.
We had to abandon
him at teenage years, like,
at
poor
17 to be like, bye.
We must.
Our father is garbage, bye.
And that's why you have to live here and go to school here, and, like,
Our father is garbage.
not.
We're going to treat you like garbage, bye. That's all I'm hearing.
But out of protection. No, it's not like I don't think his sister and his mom intend to treat.
Well, you don't think that.
Tsukasa,
We don't know
like,
that because they haven't told us.
I know. Okay, that's fair.
It's
but
just
also,
our opinions.
Yeah. But also, I know if I was the older sibling, I would want to legitimately know how my younger sibling is doing. And,
That's
you know,
good. I'm just relating this to my two
Yeah.
kids. My older son would not give two shits what our younger son is doing.
Well, that's because
They're 4 and
young.
6.
Yeah, they're young.
Heard. When they're 17 and 15, maybe
It might be different. They're still gonna
Probably not,
probably
but
fight
yeah.
a little bit, but there is
But maybe
that
if
protective side of the older
There was
sibling.
the one, especially if it was an older girl,
Yeah.
with feeling more maternal.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you gotta
Yeah, you gotta,
keep the
like...
peace, keep everyone together.
Yeah.
I feel like some gendered issues maybe put
Maybe. It depends
some
on...
of the spin on this. Also, your
Yeah.
family dynamic.
Yeah,
and-
there's a lot of, like, human psychology
That's
part
true.
to this.
There's a lot of
you know,
things that
but,
go
like,
into this.
I very much know, because I have an older brother who's 5 years older than me. And I very much...
do?
I do.
Oh.
I do. Crazy. But I know for a fact, like, there have been instances where something has happened to me in a way. I'm not going to get into any specific stories.
Darn.
But Next time. But there have been instances of things happening to me, and his immediate thing is, like, I'm going in and protecting my sister.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I want that.
I know. It's
Maybe
a
not.
real treat.
I'm a little old for that. I don't need that. Would have been fun to have.
mean,
it also would have
yeah.
cramped my style. I would have hated it.
I know.
Let's be honest.
See,
You've
you were
heard too many of my stories that I'm like, I just wanted to do whatever the fuck I wanted to do when I wanted to
But
do
see,
it.
the thing is because you are an only child, you've never experienced
understand
that.
it. I don't
and
understand
so,
it.
of course, your brain can't logically be like, oh, yeah, it would have been... So,
I
you
have
just
no
don't
basis
know.
for it. I have
you
zero
just don't know.
concept of what it's like.
So, just like I don't fully know what it would be like to be an only child. You know, like, it's just, it is different.
It's a thing.
But yeah, anyway, so genuinely, she's like, I really want to know how my younger brother is really doing, like, because I'm sure she's thinking, I could ask him, and he could probably be like, it's fine. It's fine.
Yes.
Yeah. And so she's like, I want to hear it from you. What is
That
he really
language
like?
and dude translates across any continent.
It's true.
It's fine.
It's fine. Shrug of shoulders.
It's cool.
It's aight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so indifferent.
Yes.
And so she wants a real scoop from Anzu. She's like, I got this. I like this.
Unfortunately, Anzu is not very forthcoming with the deets.
Not too much. She's just like, eh.
Yeah, he's cool and aloof.
He's popular, but
I do really enjoy having him around.
yeah.
Which is like the shining moment. That's the one thing that Tsukasa's sister holds on to.
Oh, she
And then
rips
it's
onto
like,
that.
that's
real tight.
cool. So just like also wondering like, what are you like?
Yeah. Please. Arisa's like halfway to like ringing wedding bells for those two. Like,
Yeah.
let's be honest though.
And then Anzu has to be like, well, for me personally, I didn't honestly like Tsukasa that much at first.
Mm-hmm.
But he is a good friend now.
Yeah, I'm glad I took the time to get to know him.
Very much not sexualizing the relationship, not saying that you guys need to like it. Mm-hmm. This is a very healthy way to start a relationship.
So good.
Regardless of whether or not it's going to develop into romantic relationship or just friendship. Just like...
It's a solid basis where they're going.
It really is, where she's just like, no, we're comfortable with each other.
We can hang out.
Watch things. I can be whatever. I can dress however, put my hair up. Like
there's
put on my ugliest cat outfit.
To not impress him whatsoever. Like, do the opposite.
Because it's not even what it's about. We're just hanging out, playing the games, doing the thing, watching a show.
We're just good friends, good companions.
Yes. Companions. Yeah, exactly. So that's it. Of course... Tsukasa's sister's like, okay, like,
right,
we see this differently because, you know, of course we do.
I'm an older woman and I have more experience and I know what's going on, but I'm not going to tell you.
It is also very unique and special to get to that level with a party of the opposite sex or whatever sex you're attracted to.
Right, yeah.
And not think of it as being more. So just to be able to kind of separate that, especially at that age group,
oh
to
my
be
gosh,
like,
so rare.
Yeah, it's more rare, so I feel like that's what makes it good for them, but also what makes it like a tee-hee moment for everybody else.
Yeah.
Because we're all picking up what's not really there. Mm-hmm. And I know we talked a little bit off mic about, like, you know, just relationship dynamics and, you know, things don't always have to be there. Like, sometimes they can really just be platonic. And that's amazing.
It really can.
For no reason other than they just are.
It's
and
just
both
how
parties
it happened.
Are mutually very okay with this.
Yeah, like we don't need to force the issue. Thank you. But yeah,
So, sister, very happy. She's
very
like,
happy.
Wow. It must have been so burdensome to have Tsukasa here. But hey, since it's going so great, maybe he could just stay a little bit longer.
Like, indefinitely longer.
And then immediately Anzu and Tsukasa are kind of like caught off guard because it was just brought up so suddenly. Mm-hmm. And I feel like both of them would have been okay with this scenario and just letting the days slowly tick by.
Oh, yeah.
And not ever bringing it up. It was just the fact that it was, like, called out and that, like, now we have to talk about it. Like, we were just going to let every single day roll by and just, like, never talk about the thing and just let it happen.
Which is really, like, how I kind of am in certain situations.
Passive.
We're just going to see one day at a time how it goes.
Cash.
Yeah.
Just so cash.
Hella cash.
But you can't even do that when you got older sister breathing down your neck
Absolutely
like a fucking
not.
dragon.
I love her. I love her.
So she just brings it up, and then, you know, Anzu's kind of like, well, it wouldn't be the worst thing because, again, as I've already reiterated and iterated again.
And again.
It's been fun. And I appreciate his ability to smash cake on the floor.
Yeah, it's very good.
I love a good cake smash.
Literally the only one in this household that can handle cake smashing.
And then cousin sister's just like, well, I really loved it because you made him smile again.
And you're like, oh boy, okay.
Oh.
All right, all the warm and fuzzy feelings.
I don't want them to go away.
And I mean, basically after that conversation of like, oh, it's been so nice to actually see Tsukasa kind of reverting back to who he was a year or two ago, whatever, when he was younger. Like, seeing him laugh like that, very nice, very heartwarming for me.
Yes.
Like, that's why I want him here forever. You guys get married because I want more of that from my younger brother. She doesn't say it like that, but literally that's...
It's implied.
Like, it's very implied.
Everything that you said I picked up on because I thought that it happened in the anime.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I was picking that up.
Yeah.
From
yeah,
the vibes of what was happening.
Arisa's vibes come very strong. But yeah, so she kind of leaves after that conversation. She just is like, okay, bye.
Is like, my work here is done. Mm-hmm. Bye.
And Tsukasa's like walking her out, maybe back to
wherever the fuck she came from.
Yeah.
Taxi.
And that's
airport.
Where,
we don't know. Train.
And this is where the
anime shifts very drastically.
Turn.
RiRi pops up.
Yeah.
As his
potato form.
The potato form, but then quickly transforms into like the human girl form.
Yeah.
The RiRi form, and is like, hey, if I haven't fucked your world up enough now, I can also be a boy.
Let's go on a date. I want to experience this.
Because I want to understand what it's like to do this, so that way I know what you need to go through. But instead of making it like less creepy,
it made it more creepy.
RiRi made it more creepy by still being like, I'm going to play the role of your cousin, taking you out on a date, sharing what you described earlier as a milkshake, which we both know as boba.
It was boba.
And holding hands at the movie with your cousin. Okay, so a lot to unpack here. I feel like this is a lot of translation problems.
It's a lot.
We're doing a Sailor Moon injustice here with like the Sailor Moon Deke version of Sailor Uranus, Sailor Neptune being cousins. We're not really cousins.
They were not cousins, you guys.
We're not cousins.
Just so you know.
We're lovers.
They were straight up lovers, which is a lot more easier to digest.
Yes.
Than it was for 90s Deke version, which they're like, wow, that's awfully close for cousins.
So then you think as a child, when you're growing up watching this as 5, 6, 7-year-old, this is what female cousins do? No, they don't fucking do this shit. Don't do this with your cousin.
No one does this with their cousins. Well, I take that back. There's probably people that
who do that with their cousins.
But
we don't advise that unless you want to do that and you're of age to do that.
And
don't let us know you're doing that. But it's just like
yeah, I don't want to know.
I just can't. Like with the cousin thing, okay, I get it. Like the female version RiRi is like, okay, we're cousins, haha,
like,
we're palling around.
Fantastic.
We're talking about another classmate's breast size. Okay, fine, crossing some weird lines, but I'll allow it because it's anime, and anime can be weird to a certain level before you have to intervene.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like this is one of those levels where it was like, okay, RiRi, but then boy version RiRi. What did they call it?
Riho.
Riho.
Like it's spelled Riho, so I'm like Riho.
Yeah. Okay, so then
Riho technically.
But then Riho appears. So apparently the twin version from RiRi. So still the cousin.
Still a cousin, but twin boy, like fraternal twin bro. But
which
not really.
Fine.
It's just RiRi.
It's cool. It's fine. But then,
RiRi.
like, why are we taking Anzu out on a date? Like, who's dating their cousin publicly? Publicly, to where, like, let's hold hands. Let's do all these things. Some of the things, like, that they get into later. Like, with the sharing a drink, I don't really care. You already know. I drank out of your drink earlier, Hannah. And I was just like, my bad. I think I took a sip out of your drink. And you're like, that's...
Okay. That's whatever.
Oh, well.
I've had worse in my mouth.
You're welcome, Hannah. No, anyways, but it's kind of one of those things that's like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, unless
I
it's like
care.
Some random person behind CVS.
Right. I would be...
sipping your drink.
It would be much weirder.
Just like, okay.
Because, like, we've known each other for so long now that I'm like, at this point, like, I don't care. We can share
family.
We can share drinks. I don't care.
Which I feel is like family level of like most cousins, unless they're super ick.
Yeah.
That if they were to take a drink out of your drink, you'd just be like, cool, whatevs.
Yeah,
and then just continue your life. It's not a romantic thing. It should not be.
It should not. It should not.
Okay, so I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself. So one by one, Anzu goes on a date with male RiRi, a.k.a. Riho. So their first stop is to go to the movies because RiRi has deemed the movies as being like the number one date experience.
Yeah.
You go to the movies and it's very amazing.
Intimate,
and it's gonna
kind of
solve all of the problems you've ever had if you just go on this romantic date.
Dude.
And so Anzu is like, okay, that's fine, whatever. Let's just make this fast. Let's make this as painless as possible. Are they showing something with pussy? AKA cats. She wants to watch cat movies.
Yeah, absolutely. Gotta.
And then Riho's like, we can't watch something with cats.
That's stupid.
We're on a date. We have to watch something romantic.
Clearly.
Obviously going to be a rom-com. So
Yeah.
they go to see the only rom-com playing, which I don't think we ever got a title.
No, it was all in Japanese, I think.
Yeah. So they're going to go watch the
this-
rom-com.
I mean, you
Which-
get the basic. Well, it's not even a com. It's just
Rom
drama.
Rom.
Drom. Is a drama romanticness.
Anju's
Because
only going along with it.
Yeah. And I would say, like, this movie, from the gist of it, kind of like a Walk to Remember. Think of it like that, because, spoiler alert, girl dies at the end from disease, and that's more or less...
Anzu be crying like the Nile.
Yeah, like
She be
tears
hardcore crying.
going down her face.
As RiRi notices, all the girls are feeling very sad, and the males
Yeah.
are just very disengaged.
They're like in their own head, probably thinking of like all the Call of Duty games that they've played and like replaying those in their
Or
head.
if we are talking in today's speak,
Uh-huh.
Diablo 4.
Diabolo.
Everybody
Yeah,
here
probably.
playing the dildo 4.
Yeah, they really do be doing that.
RiRi's only here because she has been blackmailed with being able to obtain the cat pajamas
Yes,
that she saw at the movie
That was her goal.
with Mutton Chop Man. What are we calling him?
Hijiri?
The hairy face
Yeah,
dude who's not hairy.
hairy cheeks.
Hairy
Hairy
cheeks.
cheeks.
Hairy cheeks.
Yeah, so
So when they were at the
Yeah.
mall, she initially saw this like cat onesie, and she really wanted the cat onesie.
I think that wasn't with hairy cheeks. That was
It was.
No, before that, like before they even met. Remember, she went to the
No.
mall with Tsukasa because he was getting clothes, and he was like, "You need
It's
to
not fair. How has she been to the mall twice, and I haven't even gone even once in this amount of time? We
Yeah.
watched this in like the span of several weeks.
I know.
She's already been twice.
Yeah,
Fucking bitch.
I know.
Okay,
know. She's just getting all these men to buy her shit.
Irregardless, at some
Yeah.
point she was at the mall. She saw a cat onesie. She wanted said onesie. She did not get said
Same.
onesie.
She did not. She did not.
So RiRi is now using it as leverage to, if you go out on this date
hold it
with
over her
me,
head.
I will gift you with this cat pajama
Mm-hmm.
set that you've been really wanting. Which gives the context for why she's doing this. She's very motivated because she really loves cat shit.
Yeah, she really
Not
does.
being literal shit, but cat
But
stuff.
yeah, the cat-shaped things, obsessed.
Right, which is why she's putting up with so many things. So she goes to see this romantic movie.
Mm-hmm.
Not romantic comedy, romantic drama.
Girl dies at the
Dramodity.
end. Spoiler alert. It's fine.
It's fine. So
Yeah, so they walk out of there.
they run into Tsukasa and his friend.
Yeah, because they were seeing a movie that was definitely not that movie.
So coincidental that they all got out at the same time.
Yeah, it's so crazy that they ran into each other. Like,
Just
what?
bumped into each other. So of course, Anzu and Riho had to be holding hands at that exact moment.
Yes. And Anzu even tries to, like, let go of Rio's hand.
And he's like, nah.
And he grips it tighter, and he's like, no, we're stuck like this.
That
because
grip.
he's got to cause all the dramas.
Yes,
He's got to
because
stir it
sometimes
up.
it will pique the interest of the male protagonist.
Yeah,
So we got to stir it up and see what happens.
naturally.
Okay, it did nothing this time. Let's see what happens. Let's continue our day.
Yeah, well, we best be off. And they're like, all right, that's a time.
Okay,
So-
we're walking along. We're doohicking.
Yeah.
Riho's over here like, hey, we're passing this shop. Look, it's a bubble tea place, not a milkshake place.
It's not
Wikipedia,
milkshakes.
not a Wikipedia. You done us dirty. It is not a milkshake
I know.
place.
What ignorant
Bubble
person
tea
is that?
AKA boba. I feel like it goes by many names now. So, anyways,
They really do.
so
Milk tea, boba.
Anzu's like, what? Surprising. Potatoes never had boba?
Like,
Amazing. Sure, this has to happen. I
gotta
wouldn't
do
wish
it.
it upon my worst enemy to never have boba.
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it,
We're
fam.
doing it. And she's here for it. She's kind of excited.
Yeah, so they go in, they get
yeah.
their boba teas. They're different flavors,
Yeah.
which is important to note.
It is.
So we know for sure that Anzu got strawberry.
Yes.
What did Riho get? I don't remember.
Chocolate, I think.
It's weird.
They mentioned
there
chocolate.
was chocolate in the store,
guess
and Anzu
so.
didn't get it.
I know. Well, she can't get it.
I know. That's what's
She
interesting.
can't.
Okay, so anyways,
Yeah.
they get two distinctly different flavors,
Mm-hmm.
which is what comes to the part where, let me take a drink of yours. Let me take a sip.
Yeah,
like,
let me-
let's share straws. Let's
sippy
cross
sip.
streams. Let's do a little swordplay action with our straws. Hey, yo.
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
And he is describing the boba
As rabbit poop.
as rabbit poop consistently, and Anzu's just like not here for it. She's please stop referring it as rabbit poop, please. And then he's like tasting the boba, and then he's like, you know what? Ooh, this is a different texture than I thought.
yeah,
And you
what
know
is the texture?
It's not rabbit poop anymore. It is frog eggs. And Anzu's just like, she's so done with it. She's just so annoyed.
I do
by
like
this
that
man's.
RiRi has such an extensive palate that he can differentiate rabbit poop from frog eggs.
Yeah, you
Good
know,
for him.
like
That's
very
really
proud.
that's really something.
Yeah.
Because never in my life have I thought in my head
Any of those things.
that I want to try them to know their taste and texture.
Yeah, it's
So
a hard
impressive.
pass.
Impressive.
Hard pass on both of those
Good
things.
for you,
me.
RiRi.
But yeah, you know.
I guess what else is a potato eating besides fertilizer and more fertilizer?
Yeah, I don't know that
Yeah.
answer.
No,
you
it's
know,
true.
but yeah.
Fertilizer, more fertilizer. All the rabbit shits. Not the random cat shit that Anzu is here for.
Yeah, no.
The rabbit
no,
shit.
It's rabbit shit. Like, there's a lot of shit happening in this episode.
So they're crossing straws.
Yeah.
And then we see hairy cheeks
Yeah.
appear out of nowhere, just passing by.
With Daddy
Doesn't-
Chauffeur.
Doesn't notice Anzu, seemingly.
No, not at
they're
first.
just crossing
They're
paths.
just-
It seems more like Anzu notices him.
Yeah, she really does.
And then she's being so extra that he's like, oh, hey!
oh, yes, I see.
Hey!
Oh, hello. As he does.
But then being super casual because she's quickly like, I don't know what you think was just happening, but like, this is my cousin and we're just sharing a drink because reasons and other reasons and mostly excuses
But it's
and weird
totally
shit
innocent,
that I can't talk
and
about.
It's my cousin. And he's like, okay, whatever.
Why
I
should
don't
I
care.
care who you spend your time with? Bye. And that's the end of their interaction.
I mean, for the most part, well, not
There's
really.
a synopsis.
In the synopsis, but Rio / RiRi being who they are, they got to stir the pot with him now, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm on a date with Anzu, and Anzu's like, shut up, bro, we're cousins, we're not on a date, and RiRi decides to be a total jerk and be like, oh, you know, I hear that your date with her didn't go so well. You didn't please Anzu on your date, hairy cheeks.
I still don't remember him caring that much.
He kind of did. He was just like, but I think it was more for him than for
On the
Anzu.
inside, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I failed, but because I'm learning more about convenience store stuff that helps me relate to commoner interests.
Hello.
And so
I
that
could be a contestant on supermarket sweeps.
Wow, what a
throwback.
classic 80s 90s TV.
Anyways.
So Hairy Cheeks is like, yeah, I've been studying more about customer service at our commoner job, and I think that's really gonna help because I'm gonna do better at a day, blah blah blah.
I'm gonna make it a satisfactory date.
Yeah,
that's what I wrote down.
Yeah,
Satisfactory.
Like, convenience store clerk, get better date. I don't these dots are very hard to connect for me, but he's somehow doing it.
He could buy her as much drugstore chocolate as she needs to feed her addiction.
I guess
because
so.
right now she can't buy any of that.
She
on
cannot.
her own.
It disappears.
So it might be worth it for her at this present moment.
Yeah, and honestly, I still don't understand how she's not finding some sort of substitute for the chocolate anyways. Because there's still plenty of difference. Anyways, that's a different conversation.
But she's definitely had a minute to figure that out. She just hasn't. Granted, the rest of her life for her has been a dumpster fire.
That's true.
It would be a miracle for us. Mm-hmm. For her, it's been a literal dumpster fire. And she's not enjoying it to the full extent that she could. Yeah,
no. So they get done with Hairy Cheeks.
Continue walking.
Continue walking to go home. Their date
is basically done.
Yeah.
I look over at Hannah and I was like, that was good. I'm glad they didn't encounter Junta because poor dude would just be deceased and we would never hear from him again. And she's like, that's true.
That would completely shatter the man.
Yeah, he... Yeah.
Yeah, he would be done.
Child.
Yeah, the sweet baby. We must protect Junta.
The next thing we know, Riho goes in just to give Anzu a little
kissy kiss on the cheek.
Peck on the cheek to be like, hey, thanks for the day.
Yeah,
and then we hear something heavy falling, like Looney Tunes anvil style, like grand piano pushed off of a 1800-story building.
Yeah.
It's just like crazy sound, and it's just like Junta who's just like fallen over deceased while riding his bike.
Yeah, and like
he just like witnessed the whole thing and is just like done. He just cannot
in his eyes. And Anzu goes into complete panic mode and runs over to him and just, are you okay? I'm so sorry. It's my cousin. And this
she's
tells
already
me,
all
like,
the explanation. She knew, and
she's carrying. Yes. She's carrying so much, and knowing very well that Junta cares for her, and so she's like, "Oh shit, I need to recover as much of him as possible in this moment, because this man will never be the same."
Yeah, no, it's true.
So yeah, and
it's really something.
That's really more or less where we end, with Junta just being devastated, and Anzu trying to help him recover and be like, no, it's just my cousin. He's being an idiot. Don't worry about it. And Junta's still just trying to like shake it off, recover.
I hope for our next episode we see Anzu really trying to help Junta.
Yeah.
And then we get more of his backstory is what I'm kind of hoping this leads into, is like, yes, let's console him, let's make him feel better, let's do all the things, let's offer to make him the dinner and
like make him feel
watch
better.
The show with him and let's go maybe. Do a thing and then we can hear more of his backstory and how he grew up and maybe the random parts that were, I don't know, implanted into his brain about Anzu and their friendship would be kind of funny to see.
Yeah, I need to know.
What are the false memories that are there? We need to know them. Like, why are you such good friends? Is it really just because you grew up in the same neighborhood? Or, like, were there defining moments in your friendship that made it such? I want to know them.
What is this?
I want to know them.
How did this start? Come on, you guys.
Because I feel like I know many people from early elementary school. would I define many or any of them as being like childhood friends? No, but if I could, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There would be defining moments there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Baka, bye!